All right, so I wanted to make this video because I'm noticing that there's like there's certain moments in my life where like things are extremely pivotal. Like I could literally describe, what am I, 30? I just turned 30. I could describe the I'd say the past 3 to 4 years I could contribute it to this one thing, and then this one thing is actually going to contribute to the rest of my life. And what that one thing is this thing that I learned from my best friend. I met him at a startup, and we clicked. I actually, by the way, it's called, we're going to call it Phil's Law of Byproduct Thinking. And I actually wasn't able to really put it into words how he thought. Like I wasn't really able to, like I was like, I didn't understand a framework to think that way. I didn't understand what questions I needed to ask myself to procure the answers that he was. Like his brain was just that way. And it like really threw me off. So I met him at a startup, and he was a day one from day one. Literally, I remember him getting hired, and he got hired like, I don't know when he got hired, but he came on midday. So we were already at lunch. He literally joined us at lunch. He didn't join us like the next work day. He joined us midday, so we're all at lunch. So the vibe is like, we're all chilling, we're all fucking, like we got spoiled. I mean, we because we didn't get spoiled monetarily. So we got spoiled for lunch and shit like that. So we would get to go out to lunch pretty frequently. He joined us, sat down, and me and him just clicked. Like we just fucking started talking, and I was definitely yapping, right? And what I learned from him over the time at this startup was this. And I forgot when this was. I don't know if it was 2-3 years ago, maybe. And I finally was able to answer it from the sales training that I'm in, right? What a fucking long intro, 2 minutes. Holy fuck. Sorry, guys. Phil's Law of Byproduct Thinking. Most people chase the result, okay? I was. Phil was able to make the result almost chase him in a way. And so is Christian, who is my current sales mentor. So my friend Phil taught me this, and then through Christian's training, I was able to label it. So I want to share it with you guys, because this is something that I know will change my life. It will change the trajectory of my life. So thank you, Phil, for being an example of this, and then thank you, Christian, for allowing me to materialize this. Me and Phil had goals, right? He was hitting his, and I wasn't hitting mine. And I was like, why? Like, what the fuck? Like, I'm running around like a chicken with my head fucking cut off. And I always thought Phil just had a much more calmer, grounded energy about his goals. Where I was like, I was panicking because I didn't think I could achieve them. And Phil was just like, yeah, like I'm gonna hit him. And I'm like, you know, like what the fuck, dude? Like fuck you. What? Give me your brain. Like fuck. Like, but Phil and Christian, they're not aiming at the goal, right? They were subconsciously asking themselves, how can my goal become a natural byproduct of aiming at something deeper or further or higher? This changed everything for me. And it just finally materialized, I think, in like the past couple of days. I've been aware of Phil's, like how he sees things. I haven't been able to replicate that for myself. This has changed my life, so this is extremely valuable for you guys to share. This is going to be one of my most applicable videos for sure. All the rest of them are theoretical and like, you know, enlightenment. Like this is amazing. This has literally changed my life because I've applied it. I'm going to wrap the whole story around. So for sales specifically, I would get so much resistance from me. And then I would put that on the clients and get so much resistance from them. Because I would always get so fucking frustrated, like, they need to fucking buy. Like, I need to fucking close them. So that was my goal. And then here comes Christian, just like Phil, naturally hitting my goal with ease, in calmness and groundedness and presence, where I'm fucking freaking the fuck out and I'm not even hitting the goal. And it's because they're aiming at something higher. So Christian would ask himself, I would ask myself, will they buy? Christian asked himself, will they succeed? Okay, so when I focus, when Christian focuses, I now have adopted this methodology. Christian focused, and now I'm focusing on this. When I focus on them winning, buying becomes effortless, aka closing. So it becomes a natural result, no pressure, just alignment, okay? This is byproduct thinking. So this is Phil's law of byproduct thinking, okay? Stop chasing outcomes, start engineering an inevitability, okay? So here's the framework. Here's how you guys can apply it, okay? This is byproduct thinking in 3 steps. So we want to name the desired outcome, we want to ask the byproduct question, and we want to shift the aim. Okay, this has changed my life because I'm going to tell you how. Okay, so name the desired outcome. For me, I want to close the sale, right? For someone who's looking to get in shape, I want to get in shape. For an influencer, I want to go viral. Okay, the byproduct question: what would make this outcome a natural result, not a forced one? So for sales, if they believe they'll succeed, then they'll want to buy. For getting in shape, if I fall in love with movement, fitness becomes inevitable. For the virality, for the influencer, if I speak truth in a way that lands, virality takes care of itself. Okay? Step 3, shift the aim. So you stop aiming at the outcome and you start aiming at the cause that creates it effortlessly. You lead with that and then the goal will follow. So this is literally how you can achieve your goals easier. It's blowing my fucking mind, okay? So the concept of byproduct thinking. Definition. I probably should have started with that. A mindset shift where you stop chasing direct results and instead identify and pursue the deeper cause that naturally produces the result as a side effect. Why it works. People feel the fucking difference when you're aligned with truth instead of neediness, instead of agenda. Okay? Agenda. Why did I say it like that? Pressure drops, trust rises, you stop forcing, and it literally feels like you start magnetizing. Okay? Sales. Aim for their success, not your commission. Fitness. Aim for identity change, not weight loss. Relationships. Aim to love better, not to be loved more. Content. Aim to express your truth, not chase likes. Now, this has absolutely changed my life in sales, but I've been on my own kind of journey where I got out of sales and I really didn't know what I wanted to do. I tried, doing my own thing and building my own business and juice fasting business, solar business, all this stuff, right? And I stumbled upon this man who changed my life, and his mentor was Peter Crone, who's changed my life even more. So I started doing what Peter was doing, and I was like, let me replicate Peter, because I'm studying him so much. I'm working with clients on my own. I'm doing what Peter's doing for a fraction of the price. And at one point, I think my process was a lot longer and a lot more in-depth, but I felt like I was getting even better results. Actually, same results, just more awareness along the way. I don't feel like Peter has the time to do it, at least in his sessions where there's groups. One-on-one, he can probably go way deeper than I go. I don't know. I felt like I was going pretty deep with some of my clients. And I was getting paid, and it was awesome. But there was pressure. It just reminded me of sales again, where it's just like I had to close the prospect. I had to free my client. And it eventually led me to look at that work through this lens of the byproduct thinking. And I put all of this in ChatGPT and said, how can I do this for freeing people and enlightening people? And it just blew my mind, guys. So this is just a huge, sincere thank you to Phil, because Phil, you have absolutely changed my life with this mindset. I never knew how to think the way you thought, and we just materialized it. Phil is gifted in the sense that this is just how he sees the world. You're just around him, and it almost makes him feel untouchable in this line of thinking because it comes to him so naturally. Where I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, how? But now we've materialized it. So now we all get a piece of Phil's thought process, and we can make it our own. So this is called Phil's law of byproduct thinking. So thank you, Phil, and I hope you guys can use this as much as I'm now using this. So cheers.